Hello guys, it's Max here from Daily Market Movements. Welcome to another episode where today we're going to be analysing the S&P 500 followed by the Nasdaq100 and the Dow Jones 30 futures chart. Let's get started with the S&P 500. We currently find ourselves trading at 4,471. It was only yesterday when I did send out a pretty bullish signal to all my viewers here on YouTube as well as my signal followers over on Telegram. I think that the market has now, bottomed for the month of August, meaning that I do believe that we are on the cusp of trading a lot higher in the coming days. One thing that I really want to quickly reference that I mentioned during yesterday's video was that we on the DeMark indicator we had formed a 8, but we were waiting for confirmation of a 9 perfected buy setup in both the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ100. Well, fast forward 24 hours, and that's exactly what has now occurred. As you can see with the green arrow below the 9, this is a perfected buy setup here for the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ100, and I do believe this is going to lead to higher prices. I think this will take the S&P 500 up towards 4,550 and the NASDAQ 100. The Nasdaq 100 back up towards 15,500, and I think that the S&P does actually have the chance of going all the way up to 4,600, but that might be a story for later on this month compared to this week. And I think the Nasdaq 100 could easily go back up towards that 15,900 area, which of course are the swing highs. So very, very bullish here for both the Nasdaq 100 and the S&P 500. We also formed this hammer pattern that hasn't been broken below. I think that was formed last Friday. So that, of course, is very bullish as well for the markets, especially the fact that we haven't broken below it. And, of course, we are supported by the 50-day EMA, which sits just below. So this is very encouraging for the markets. And, I had a few clients actually message me this morning. And, you can realize that we're now down 0.5% because starting the session, we were trading all the way up as high as 4,500. And he was like, Max, why is the S&P 500 falling 50 points? This was when we're trading down at 4,450. And I kind of said, well, look, today's lows were yesterday's highs. So I don't really see it as a negative. I just see it as some backfilling, and I think it offers a fantastic opportunity to be a buy here for, for this dip. And, what I want to kind of say is going forward is that we are highly likely to go and trade back up towards 4,550 to 4,600. So any dip like this that does occur during today's trading sessions should be seen as an opportunity to accumulate small little positions, which will ultimately build into a large profit once this market does start to move higher. Moving over to the Nasdaq 100, as I just mentioned, we had that DeMark buy signal. If I just quickly take you to the QQQ ETF, this is of course a Nasdaq 100, and as you can see, we have that perfected buy signal here for the Nasdaq 100, and I do believe this will lead to higher prices where we do go and target on the Nasdaq 100 chart up around 15,500 to 15,900, which are the swing highs here for the Nasdaq 100. So very, very encouraging. We found support at 50-day EMA. We had an engulfing candlestick during yesterday's trading session, so this is very, very encouraging indeed, and I wouldn't be surprised if this market does end back in positive territory. During today's trading session, we did have retail sales that spooked the markets a little bit because that sent yields higher. We did have the 10-year yield at one point all the way up at 4.272, but we are now approaching that 4.332 area, which were, of course, the October highs back in 2022. So, we've got a very nice shooting star candlestick forming here on the 10-year yield. Hopefully that can close at this current price, and that could potentially be a bearish signal for the coming days. And of course, this will be very good for the stock market. Just quickly want to show you the dollar chart as well. The dollar continues to show signs of weakness. We have hit this area of resistance. I probably haven't really drawn this resistance line as well as I could have. There we go. That's probably more like it for the US dollar. And I think that this is an area where we are going to struggle to break above, and we are likely to see a rejection here for the US dollar, and that will send stocks higher, of course. So I'm looking for the dollar to really capitulate here and trade back below 100. That would be very encouraging indeed, and could be a catalyst which sends the market higher. Just want to quickly draw your attention to gold as well. Gold looks very attractive here. We bounced off a 200-day EMA. If I just take you to the gold prices here on the DeMark the DeMark indicator, as you can see, we've also formed a perfected buy signal here, meaning that we've likely formed the bottom here for the gold prices. So I don't normally send out signals in gold anymore on my group. That's only a service that I offer to my premium one-on-one clients. But I do know many people who follow me on YouTube here do trade gold, and I think this is a fantastic buying opportunity, providing that we don't undercut the lows that we formed back on the 29th of June, which is set around 1892. So I like this setup here in gold. And then finally, guys, just moving over to the Dow Jones 30. We currently find ourselves trading within this bullish flag pattern. Nothing has really changed here. We pretty much still trading within this flag. I would like to see a breakout higher, which will then send us up towards 36,000. Once we're at 36,000, all of a sudden the all-time highs come back into play, which of course sits at around 36,968. So we're around 2,000 points off that all-time high, and I think that it's definitely a target as we go into the latter stages of this year. So just to summarize, guys, for today's video, I see a great buying opportunity in the S&P 500, in the NASDAQ100 at current prices. I also see a fantastic opportunity in precious metals such as silver and gold. I think that this is going to be a very, very strong end to the month of August, and that is due to the fact we have those DeMark buy signals in all three of those assets. And I think the Dow Jones 30, once it does manage to break out of this bull flag pattern, that of course will open up the door up towards 36,000. I hope you've enjoyed today's video, guys. If you'd like to join my free trading signal group and of course receive my daily market research prior to the US markets opening daily, then make sure you scan this QR code on your screen. It's completely free of charge to join. It takes 10 seconds to sign up, and there's no catch. If you don't enjoy the service, you can cancel at any time and you will not be charged.